All my exes live in Texas. That's why I hang my hat in Tennessee, deep in the heart of Texas. Stars of Texas are upon you. The stars are bright, are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. That's all I can remember. I should know more. Texas I am. Texas I am. Native Texan, native Houstonian. Hello everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. It's been a long day. Shout out to ones who were up there with me this morning when I did my live this morning. Please check it out. Um, after I did my live today, I was getting ready for my class. Um, I said, started talking to one of my colleagues and found out that right midwife care has just never. It, and then I know some people from Florida, they probably feel the same way about their governor today too. You know that their governor suing Disney World, Mickey Mouse. Mine over here can't be empathetic to people who have died, killed by their neighbor. She got to point out that there were 5 illegal immigrants. Like, sir, what does your status have anything to do with your being dead? To me, I feel it's bad enough that they're already saying, like, oh, the person that killed him is a Mexican national. Um, excuse me? Like, can we just, hey, y'all looking for a 30-year-old Hispanic male named Francisco? Is his name Francisco or Panza? You could just say, hey, he's, you know, why you have to make it all political and everything? And then the bad thing was, I had pointed to my colleague that uh, he had put up a picture of his dog. And the other person said, oh, yeah, finally tweeted about it. He called them illegal immigrants. I said, what are you talking about them being illegal immigrants for? Hey, Lindsay, you hit me with a hey, Jericho. I said, why you just can't be sympathetic? And he's like, and this is what he putting up there. This is what, you're a cute dog, but I kind of want your dog to bite you, though, because you're not right. So my all smiles this weekend. That was Friday. I think they died Friday. And instead of talking about it, he gonna put his cute dog though. I just hope your dog roll his eye at you. I don't want to pay cash today over there doing that BS. This is what he tweeted. He finally tweeted, y'all. He said, he got a reward coming, right? Cause FBI already got a award. I thought it was 80K, but it's like what? This is what he come up with. I was also a $50,000 reward for implementing a criminal who killed 5 illegal immigrants Friday. Also directed Operation Lone Star to be on the lookout. Now, for those of you who don't know, you're not from here, and kept up. So our governor, I vote for him. Letting you know this now. I ain't vote for him, but I got outvoted. Hell, my county got outvoted. It's the largest one in the state. There's 254 counties. So, because he keeps talking about the Biden administration, Republicans are all on border security. So he has this thing called Operation Lone Star, where he basically has gotten the Texas Rangers and some other law enforcement all working together to combat the border. And I don't know if you saw last year, before last, he had some of the border, the Operation Lone Star. You could see them out there on horseback trying to corral illegal immigrants that were trying to flee from them. Now, y'all know with the whole asylum American, there are lots of immigrants leaving Central America and coming through Mexico and coming to the United States, right? Then finally, United States, we wasn't letting Trump, we wasn't letting people in. It was under certain conditions. And then, when Biden took over, he kind of like loosened the conditions. But then, my governor, other governors that ain't nowhere near no border, southern border, got piped up. So look at this administration is not doing anything about anything. So they got to increase the border patrol, right, and everything like that. So my governor decided he gonna have this thing called Operation Lone Star, like we freaking Operation Desert Storm and shit. Basically, putting more money into enforcing and stopping people from coming over the border. Okay. And if you look at the people who are coming most of the border, guess what? Most of them are children. And now some of them are not just Mexican American, Honduras, Nicaraguan. Some of them are also Haitian. So, they're from the Caribbean. They're fine coming through this route. Since we got Operation Lone Star, he done made it like they're out there all wearing brown tailor shirts like this is a freaking Old West or something, and you got the cowboy hats on, and I'm just like, Lord, they are here. And I'm sorry, every time I look at it, man, it reminds me of Slave Patrol. It really does. And I probably shouldn't feel that way, but it does. It reminds me of that. And I have to think about this is that about 5,000 African Americans fled Texas, crossed the border to Mexico to freedom. So I feel like, hey, if some Mexican Americans want to come across the border and come to the United States for a better way of life, let them come. I feel like, hell, if you're a person, you're trying to get a better way of life, you're trying to come here and be productive, why not? As long as you didn't do no crime, I'm good. Plus, I feel some type of way because some of these people look like my students, my neighbors, my coworkers, people I interact on a daily basis. Now, how can you sit there and say that you're criminalizing them being here? And then you can't even put aside your own political leanings to actually treat them like a human being by having sympathy. Like, hey, we have the criminal who killed five members of five members of a household in Cleveland, Texas. You couldn't say that. You had to put that Operation Lone Star in there because you had to show you're tough on crime, but you can't show that you're a real human being. You're a person. You got empathy. I need to figure out if we got term limits because I don't want you being governor for a fourth term. I'm tired. I ain't voting for you the first time, the second time, or the third time. What you gotta do? Because Beto should have been president. Not president. Yeah, president when he was running, but shit, he should have been governor. Like every day a week, you are DeSantis is doing some shit, and I'm tired of having to defend myself and defend where I live because I actually do love where I live. I love people where I live, but you got to go. I don't know. Something gotta go. I'm tired of him. Yeah, the Haitians were here with horse whips. I was like, oh, you baby, I feel. When I say that shit, I said, oh Lord, they are got out of their damn mind. Right, Stephanie, hey Stephanie, Dr. Blue. I'm sorry, I was putting pictures and stuff. I couldn't see y'all. But I was like, what is the hell? You're just out here just, and this is the thing. When Ukraine people, when Russia invaded Ukraine, there were some people who fled from Ukraine. They came through Mexico and they got to the United States. Guess what? They was at the border waiting on the asylum lawyers to help them at the Rio Grande. Guess what? They were able to get here. They were able to come over. So you gotta be in a war, like gang activity in your country is not a right for you to be here. You wanna come someplace safer. Like, okay, I see how it go. I guess you gotta be a certain group, you know. But now they're saying it's gonna be a surge right now because Title 42, which was allowing, people to stay, it's about to end. So people are trying to get here as fast as possible so they can get in line. And so they're like, oh, this weekend or this week, there's going to be a swell of immigrants. So now, guess what? Operation Lone Star is in effect. So, I mean, he could have sent some more Texas Rangers down there. He feel criticized by the administration by being soft on border security. So Biden gonna have to send some more border agents down there. It's gonna look like a goddamn. It's gonna look like the summer before. It's gonna be some shit. It's gonna be some shit. Dr. Blue, there are people who are doing it the legal and lawful way. But once a person is here, and the only reason why you are treating them less as a human being is because they're here illegally, it's still not right. They're only doing this because, one, they're not white people, and they're not from, place like Cuba. We can say, oh, they're a communist country, that's why they should be here. Or they're coming from Ukraine, that's why they should be here. I'm a teacher. I'm not worried about my students' status. I'm worried about, hey, am I equipping them to be with skills and knowledge so they can go out here and survive? So they can be a productive person. That's not my job. We got legal people here doing a whole lot more shit that's bad than some illegal immigrants. In some countries, it depends from. It's a much more rigorous process. Certain countries, there are quotas for certain countries to come over. If you're skilled, you move to the higher part of the list. If you have an education, you move to the higher part of the list. If you're from someone like, Vietnam or, like I said, Cuba, you're moved to the higher part of the list. But if you're from some other countries, you're not. But that doesn't mean your right to get here and get sanctuary is anything less. Whether you're illegal or not, I'm sorry, I have a problem with 5 people were killed. 5 people was killed. When I see other people, mass shootings in Texas, they say if they're men, women, or children. No one ever said. No one. I don't remember the last time anyone said, "Oh, it's 5 illegal immigrants going to kill Friday." Like, no, you did that on purpose. You made this political. It shouldn't have been. And by the way, one of the people, um, this is how the stigma is so bad. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show y'all this. I'm gonna show y'all this. I'm gonna show y'all this. So I'm trying to do this shit dry. I should be as sure up. So this is him offering the money and stuff. Okay. So these are the people who died. See, this is what I understand. These are the 5 people that died. You couldn't say their names. You couldn't say, oh, a criminal killed three three women, a man, and one child. You couldn't say that. You reduced them. You objectified them to get people who are Republican or conservative who don't like illegal immigrants to want to still think bad about immigrants. I just don't understand. And by the way, because there's such a stigma on people being illegal immigrants, okay, they had to come out and correct him. I think the husband of one of the victims, he took a picture of his wife's green card to prove that she wasn't an illegal immigrant. Look, like why you guys go just do this means to show somebody, oh, you should be treated with respect because you got your green card. You're here legally. What the hell? That man is grieving his wife. And you as the governor couldn't even be empathetic. And by the way, one of the first people who called him out were the parents of the kids who died in the Uvalde shooting. Okay? Uvalde is not that far from the southern border. Guaranteed some of those kids, some of their parents may or may not be illegal immigrants. But I didn't hear you saying that when you was down there. Then again, when you was down there, it was also an election year, so you probably didn't want to say that. It's coming on the year anniversary later this month. I was like, how sad. Like, even I'm right now, how sad that I have to show you that one of the people was actually a legal immigrant. You couldn't even get your facts straight. You didn't even have to. To me, this is not necessary. And one of the people, I forget which one was it, actually shielded two of the children that did survive. Three children survived. Two of the children, they shielded two of the children so they could survive. To me, that's a hero. But you shamed them. And you call y'all want to call yourself it's pro-life and y'all Christian and y'all family oriented. Only when they look like you, huh? Only when they look like you. That's one of the victims. There's because y'all my stupid ass government gonna talk about, oh, they were five, the criminal killed five illegal immigrants. Why you ain't say that the person that killed them was a legal resident? How come you ain't say that shit? Huh? You ain't say, oh, a legal Mexican resident killed five illegal immigrants. How come you ain't say that? Because it doesn't fit your narrative. Thank you. Two mothers show the kids. Of course they discussed that, but right now there's a manhunt going on, and goddamn governor got fucking 12 fingers. But guess what? People have also been addressing Dr. Boo. My governor signed a bill, I think it was last year before last. Guess what? In the state of Texas, an AR-15 is a rifle. In Texas, you can purchase one when you're 18 years old. That's how the 18-year-old who shot up the school was able to get one last year. He bought it legally. So I'm just going to assume, unless they found otherwise, that Francisco Oropeza, who shot his neighbors, may have had a legal one too. But in any case, That's true. And I'm wondering is because if it's because of Lindsay. I wonder if it's because yeah, AR-15 is classified as a rifle, and now our governor signed last year, before last, you don't need a license to carry a handgun if you're age 21 and up and you have no felonies. You don't need a license. So now some states want to ban AR-15s, but unfortunately, in the great state of Texas, you got some people who are very pro Second Amendment. That's why NRA wanted to move their headquarters down here. Mm-hmm. Yep, yes it is. Mm-hmm. This is. I think it had to do it also because of where they were. I think, as we know, with society, the police is more receptive to upper class and white people, and so where they were was where working class immigrants, people of Hispanic origin, stayed. So they really probably didn't really want to take his weapons. You know. Thank you, Miss VS, for finding the killer. And right now, this man uh, somehow he had a head start. I was reading I think when I get home, New York Times was trying to say they have some clues. But I was kind of sad when I realized this morning was like, hey, there are kids going to school in that area. And this man is out. And today when I was at school, I heard the helicopters mowing around. I heard the helicopters. And I kept saying to myself, are they looking for this man? And I just started thinking about, okay, do I remember the lockdown procedures? Every day, my principal says, teachers, remember to keep your doors locked from the outside because they're scared of a mass shooting. I had to think about that today. Like, okay, is my back of my door locked so that no one can get in this building? I'm gonna be worried about lesson plans. So I'm just, I'm just, I'm just tired. Hey, D Jones. Yeah, I'm just. I wonder. You know what? The ones in Uvalde are the ones who died this past week. Yeah, it's a semi-automatic. It's called yeah. And then unfortunately, some of these manufacturers are making these I guess you say attachments that you can put to handguns to make them into a semi-automatic. And I'm just like, yeah, but now that's the but that's the rule, as all the time. But it's for safety's sake because of mass shootings. And then I heard someone this morning. It really made me mad. I had to turn it off. They're like, "Oh, there were no mass shootings. There wasn't many mass shootings under Trump, but under Biden, there's a whole lot." And I'm thinking to myself, "God damn it! We were like 2 years in a fucking pandemic under Trump. All the kids was at home. When the kids returned to the classroom, that's when the shootings happened. If you were to think about during the pandemic, when all the kids was at home, domestic violence went up. Suicide rates, mental illness went up. Yeah, I think he's across the border or somewhere. Which I would think that would be the first places they would have looked already. But if they keep going high up on this manhunt money, somebody gonna turn them in for that cash. I think somebody else gonna take care of their cash though. Yeah, everybody the panorama. Everybody was at home. I couldn't believe that person said that. And I'm just like, I just like, oh Lord, I can't. Like everybody's at home. Of course, those young mass shootings. But we did have a lot of people, murder suicides. I know that. Domestic violence was up. Regular homicides was up. I'm just why can't we have some compassion, some real empathy? Damn, why you gotta come out here? You know how people feel about illegal immigration, abortion, death penalty, and taxes and religion. Those are like, I always say, hot button issues. But now I'm feeling okay. Just like when there's a black person who kills somebody, they say they happen to be a mass shooter themselves. All the black folks in the community got to be on fucking guard because the police is gonna be antsy and shit. Now I'm scared about what the fuck is they gonna move? What if they see my students somewhere or their parents somewhere and they try to look for this Francisco or a Peasant dude because they're looking for some illegal immigrants. Like, God damn, what you doing? Oh, and then the goddamn FBI, Lord, they usually be on top of their shit, but I don't know who's over there. They done mixed up the man with somebody else. This other man in Fort Worth got a similar name and kind of similar face. He's a man. He got wife, kids. He a truck driver. He got to go to work. And they put his face all over everywhere. This morning they had to come out and say, "Oh, we sorry, we got the wrong person." That's why today I was trying to find. Let me see, make sure I get the correct picture. So the picture that they had out, that man had like a head full of hair. Well, the guy that they're looking for, he's balding. This is the guy they're looking for, Francisco Oropez. Okay. So you try to get 50,000 or 80,000. Please don't try to have a hand on yourself. Please call the authority. Okay. Okay. Law enforcement, can y'all please make sure y'all got this the person y'all looking for? And y'all be just, handling people who are Hispanic all willy-nilly, because I know y'all feel to do that shit. Because y'all do it every time. Every time a person of color, black and Hispanic, sometimes Asian, occasionally, but also Native American, they do something to a whole bunch of mass people or it's a heinous crime. All of a sudden, y'all asses are on high alert, looking at all of what's funny. And I got to be extra careful when I go places. I got to worry about my students or my colleagues. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about this when it's a white shooter. I know all the white teachers, white male teachers, they're going to be fine driving home. Going to the store. They're going to be A-okay. Yeah, they could all look alike anyway. Mm-hmm. That's true, Dr. Booker. Because look at his tweet. Oh, we're putting Operation Lone Star into effect. I'm like, damn. Then I just saw an article saying because Title 42 is about to end, they're bracing for a swell of illegal immigrants coming here for sanctuary. And I'm just like, oh Lord, it feels like a goddamn war zone at the border real soon. And I'm really tired of these little states that are so far away. They are preaching border security. I'm just like, look, if you in the Midwest, if you in Kansas, or if you in Indiana or Ohio, I need you to shut up. You are not from the border area. You getting people all riled up to make laws concerning where I live, but you don't even live down here. What the hell? Didn't the people who did 9/11 didn't they come through Kansas? Oh yeah, I'm scared. Like I keep going back to when I saw those Haitians being corralled by the GPS. Was it the BPS or the border agent? On horseback. I said, look at this mess right here. And all I thought about was that scene from was it Django Unchained? Or was it no, I think it was in a movie. It was a TV movie called Uncle Tom's Cabin, and they were looking for escaped slaves. They had the slave catchers on horseback. They were trying to catch somebody, and that's all I think about when I saw that. And I was thinking about that Solomon Northup movie. I said, this looks like a scene out of the what year is this? I think to myself, this is a goddamn United States. I was trying to preach somebody about democracy and how you should treat people with respect and do this and that. I said, look at this mess right here. I said, no, and that's why Russia, was it Russia? Putin was talking about Russia where Putin, I think it was before Ukraine. And they were talking about, they were criticizing him for like restricting, First Amendment rights and stuff. And he was like, well, we could be like the United States. Look what happens when they had the Black Lives Matter protests. And I said, no, this man did not say that. He said, look what, and I kept thinking about myself was like, oh, he's talking about, but you couldn't, of course that. But I was thinking about also he's probably saying, oh, look, y'all are over there killing white people. White people are killing the black people, and they get upset, and they come in the crowds, and it's coming violence. He's still speaking that, So that was just his reason for keeping people in check. But they do that same rhetoric over here. I'm sorry, I had a point I was trying to make. I forgot it. Hey, Tristan Townsend. I'm just tired. And people are like, what's going on with your government? I just remind people, I feel like I need to give me a coffee mug or a shirt or a tote bag. I did not vote for him. I love Texas. I can't stand Governor Greg Abbott. I didn't vote for him. They're already trying to stop some other stuff. They don't want the university to have diversity agreements. They're trying to stop the university being able to grant tenure to university professors. I'm just like, y'all just ever since the George Floyd and Black Lives Matter protest 2020 and Trump lost, they just been like, okay, what can we do? What can we pass to make sure that stuff don't get taught in the colleges and the high schools? So our kids won't get their feelings hurt or something. It's the same thing that happened after Reconstruction. It's like they started writing the books and basically saying like how slavery wasn't that bad. It was the Northerners who made the slaves want to be slaves no more. Like I feel like that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, she announced it. Was it last week before last? I last year actually. I actually worked for her when I was in middle high school. We used to have a thing called Houston Works Program, and you apply and you got a summer job. And I worked in her office. She was a city councilwoman at the time, and then eventually she ran for office. She got a job. She does pretty good. She definitely gets people out. She be everywhere sometimes. But now she says she's gonna run for mayor. So I like her, but I kind of want somebody new. I want somebody younger, somebody my age. There was a guy that was gonna run, but now since she threw her name in the hat, he's gonna run for comptroller instead. No, that's true. I mean, I seen her I went to go Lee's nails one time, get my nails done. She was over there in the chair too. And you know what she did before she left? She said, hey, y'all, They got getting your nails done. Please go out and vote. It was like a vote year. So that's what I'm saying. Like she does get stuff noticed. Like she has a really good. That's like one of her things. You want something out on the news, the social media. You want to get people riled up to come do something. She can do that. Are your mama one of these too? Okay. All you ladies do is eyebrows and your wax. You know a lady who owns it, she passed away a couple years ago. She had cancer. I think her daughters took over the shop for a while. I don't know who owns it. I don't know if they still own it, but I think someone else. But I think one of the other ladies in there, they the manager. Oh Lord, who are all these people here? Oh, everybody trying. It's rent day. Okay. Okay. So I gotta go pay my rent today too. I mean, they the best eyebrows place on this side if you like trying to go somewhere. Only thing about mine is that I don't have enough eyebrows, so I really need to get that what's it called thing? Oh Lord, I see a line. Oh Lord, but I feel the pay this today, dog. Ain't getting no fees. Nope, nope, not gonna get me. Not gonna get me. So, but yeah, but thank y'all for listening to me and let me complain about my governor. If y'all got a governor where y'all at that y'all want to complain about, just let me know. I can drop the link let you complain about them too. Oh, you agree with me? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to understand. They're like, oh, we want to live in the government, live in the government. But then you say, oh, the federal government not doing enough on the border. And then when the city and the state governments tell you like, hey, we want people to stay at home and wear a mask be mandatory, you want to say, oh, y'all overreaching. Like really? Like make it make sense. Just oh, you want less government for your group, but not for us. Okay, I see how you're doing. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to debate that. So that's what I'm going back and forth on. Is but there's a place here someone recommended to me, and she has a school, and you can get your eyebrows done free if like you're a fresh face you've never had it done before. Hey, hear her TV. How you doing? Wait. Let me see. Let me say. You can drag governability in Tennessee all you want to. Okay, send me some stuff about it. And y'all from Florida, anytime y'all want to come up here, drag your sense, y'all let me know. I'm just trying to figure out how you feel in Disney World. And it's probably the greatest place on earth. You feeling, and which makes me think, like you said, they're all about less government and stuff. Literally, Disneyland, I think, like literally runs their own. Like it's almost like their own city, but then the place is like they're like autonomous. Which as a business though, you kind of like look at that sideways. But the fact is, people are coming to your establishment from all over the world. You have all these workers. You got all these different machines. You got you got to make sure everybody's on the same page. You know, I'm just trying to figure out, like, did your kids have a bad experience at Disneyland? Did they not vote for you or something? Is this what it is? And usually, Aren't Republicans usually pro business? Like, when did y'all become so anti, business establishment? Like, dang. Then why is he in Israel? Trying to tell him about a bill he wants to pass. Oh yeah, he's also trying to he signed something that said you couldn't teach something, and so now he's in a legal quandary with the is it the College Board that makes the AP test? Because one of the AP tests is AP African American Studies. It's like, dude, seriously? Just say you don't like black people. Just say you don't like nobody. Just say so. Hey here, TV. You going live soon? I miss seeing you on these YouTube streets. Whew. Did you hear Jaguar? And by the way, Sam, I'm about to mention Jaguar name. Mr. Governor, can you go sign that damn warrant? Get her ass back to Dallas County. Do your job, sir. You want to be high on crime? Be high on that. Some people gonna pick her up. Bring her back to Dallas County. Oh. She got a new boo thing. I'm like, how you? Okay. I'm just like, you got a new boo thing. You been in there 2 weeks, 10 days, 4 days? You got a new boo thing. Okay, Jay, whatever you say. I think Jay couldn't get no money on her commissary. She had to do what she gotta do. Yo, you said Tennessee want to be Texas and Florida so bad. Yeah. DEI and now tenure. Yeah, yeah, we done this in Texas too. Books, drag shows. Greetings to you. Everyone can we want to be Texas and Florida so bad. Oh Lord. But all three places have in common, they're part of the South. Deep South. Mhm. Deep South. Well, yeah, Florida and Tennessee is Upper South, but still, like I say, acting like Florida and Texas. Like Lord, Lord. What did you say? What did you say? Hear her? Well. Wait, in Texas, you can deny a marriage based on your religion? Oh, but that same thing. What's that lady's name? I think there was a lawsuit here. There was some Christians trying to say, they had to give someone a marriage license if they was gay or whatever. I feel like this: if your religion is telling you can't do some certain things, you don't need to be working this job. You need a different customer service type job. And then now, they're saying the pharmacists can deny women birth control or like the morning after pill or like an abortion type pill. Like, oh, it's against my religion. So now you gotta go to another pharmacy. Like, why you want this job? Oh my god, I'm so tired of this mess. Will you please and just I'm tired. Now I will say this, the one thing I kinda agree on is the sports thing. Like whatever gender you are at birth, This is how I feel, even though I am an LGBTQ advocate. I just feel like when it gets to sports, it's a lot more it used to be black and white for a while until we get some more studies, some more doctors, some therapists and some people who are in sports medicine to um to come up with some type of concise playbook. Because right now I have an issue with with young boys. You were a male last year, but now you're a transgender girl this year, and you're running track and you're beating all the other girls. And I got a problem with that. Or like last year you were this, and now this year you're this, and you're on the swim team and you're beating all of the girls. And I saw one lady translate. She was a man the year before, and then the next year she was a trans woman, and she was playing MMA fighting. And I said, wait a minute now, this is getting. But you know what I don't see? I don't see nobody who is a man become a trans woman and try to be in the WNBA or try to be in football. Like, I don't see y'all trying to get into the contact sports, with the exception of the wrestling. I just feel like, how much is the hormone? And my other concern is now women who have too much testosterone, they're telling them like, oh, y'all have to be a certain thing because it's an advantage for you. I said, shit, what is going on? Wait, he dressed and dragged himself when he do that? I'm actually seeking to live out of the country. You can deny on sexuality and race. Wow. And so that's why this is what I feel too. I feel like if this is my thing, I want to be fair and say, okay, you probably love this sport, you should be able to play it, but at the same time, I just feel like, okay, have you been like, okay, for example, I can see if let's say a trans girl has been trans since elementary school, and now they're in high school and they're racing against other girls your age. I can say, okay, yeah, okay. But you telling me last year you was a boy and this year you're a girl? No, we not. No. Because you ain't been running like a girl. You ain't been running like a girl for 10, 15 years. It's been a year. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to me. I feel like I don't think it's fair. That's just how I feel about it. Cause I feel like I keep seeing these races, and I don't want to side with the women who are like very much anti trans. But when I see these articles about like the girl who sued, I think she sued a school district or she sued the UIL or whatever because it was a one or two trans girls beat her in the race. And she said that's not fair because she would have made, I guess, the whatever if they wasn't even in the race or whatever. Yeah, it wasn't. I feel, at first I thought like, oh, it should be done by case basis. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, y'all consult the person, doctors, how long they've been, been trans, how do they feel, because most trans people they have to go through a process, mentally, physically, and legally on paper. So it's like, okay, you did all this stuff, and then you're also playing. Like I saw one where it was a trans boy. So I think he was like 11 or 12. Well, he wasn't a boy at birth. No. He wasn't a boy at birth. And so when he got time to go to do his meet, they're like, no, our rule is you have to compete in your category you're assigned at birth. Well, guess what? He had been on testosterone for I guess some years. So guess what happened when he competed against the girls in the wrestling match? He won. He won. And to me, I was like, oh, that's not fair to the girls who in the category. Like, that's why I said, like, okay, they need to have a meeting or something, a conference, or do some studies or something to come up with, like, that's what I feel like too. I just feel like maybe somebody needs to have a talk, a real discussion with some trans athletes and say, hey, this is my concern. Like, and one of my friends, she's very much anti-trans, but she occasionally she got a point. I don't want her to have a point, but she got a point. She said, why do these men who then become trans women want to go into women's spaces and they want to be dominant there? It's like they feel like it's an intrusion. And I never really thought about it like that. I was like, And so they always point to like Caitlyn Jenner, I was like, I never really thought about it like that. So hey, here I was told years ago, 6 years old, when I found that I was purposely blocked. Why? My guess is my stalkers told you lies and you believed it with no proof. Here at TV, what are you talking about? Hold on. Hold on. What's going on? What's going on? Who's purposely blocking you? What are you talking about? I'm confused. You're not blocking my channel. You're over here. I see you. Huh? But it's and for one, I understand alleged create trans league. That's a good point. They can change their birth to something that isn't right. Hey, okay. Hey, you love. Oh, but see, and 411. This is how I feel about it, though. Um, if they've taken the necessary, um, let's say, they went to therapists, they went to a medical doctor, they've, been analyzed. Okay, this person is trans. This person has this, this, and they have to, say or whatever. They legally go through the process of changing their birth certificate or changing their, name. I feel like, and this is what they want to live as and be presented as for the rest of their life. I feel like they should be able to do that. If they're not doing anything illegal, I really don't. As long as you're not doing nothing, illegal, you're telling your birth certificate is not uh my business. Okay, not you hear her TV. I was been talking to people I'm friendly with and making up stories. Oh, hear her TV. I have that same issue. I have that same issue. Cause guess what? I found out that people have been emailing other people that I know and telling them things about me. And I'm just like, really? And I'm just like, I've never, so I'm just like, wow. Oh, I wouldn't trust. That's what I said. Oh, I wouldn't trust her. Oh, I mean, You know, I even got sent a nasty note in Stacy here today. I don't even know who this. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna say their name. I just like I couldn't figure out if the message was a warning or were they insulting me or doing both. Like I'm really confused. Like get to know me. I'm a very nice person. I'm who I say I am. You know? Yeah, and see, that's why I did that one video where I said, was talking about Hope Giselle, and I said I'm a cisgender woman, and I said she's a trans woman. And I was literally explaining what those terms were, and there were still women in the chat still upset with me. I am not a cisgender woman. I'm a real. I said, listen, I'm just explaining the proper terms. If you don't want to be referred to that, that's fine. But I want you to be informed when you live here. You can have a conversation with people. See, that's the thing, though. Okay, let me say this. Most, at least what I've seen, read, and listened to trans women, most of them, their partners know that they're trans. You know, most of them know that they're trans. So that's between them and their partner. But they're going for a job. They're going, trying to get, health insurance. They're trying to get an apartment. They're trying to use some. I'm not worried about their birth certificate. You know, this is the thing too. Me as a heterosexual female, I can get something on my birth certificate changed too. I can get my name changed. Okay, the person, like, you gotta know that if you there are some birth certificates because they're legal documents. Let's say you find out someone else was your father later on in life, you can get your birth certificate changed. You know? That should be something you and your partner have to do. Like, hey, like me personally, it's just me. But not all women are like me. Me personally, I don't think I would have a problem with dating a trans man. But my thing is, I only need one that looks like a man. Like you are looking like a man, and you got the bottom equipment. You don't have your transplant, and that shit still works. I need, you know what I'm saying? Now, some other women might not be like, no, I can't do it. Either way, okay, that's y'all. But that's just me. No, that ain't tricking nobody. Hey, your Friday sergeant. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you don't want to be called cisgender, you want me to call real? Okay. When I'm talking about you, okay, you said you're a real woman. But if I'm just saying in the academic or political instance, I'm going to use those terms. And basically, what they mean is cisgender is the gender or sex that I'm assigned at birth. That's the one I still identify as. Transgender means I am not identifying as the sex that I was assigned at birth. That's just what it means. You know? Yeah, and I always notice that it's the men who keep saying, and they're one of pushing it and trying to get us, I guess, real or cisgender women to agree with them, like, oh, they're tricking you or they're trying to replace you. No, they're not. Most of the trans women I know, they know they're trans. But people who that we know that they're trans. No trans woman took no man for me. If she did, I probably warned her, like, girl, you don't know what you're getting with. Like, girl. No, a trans man is a female to male. A trans woman is a male to female, if that makes sense. Yeah, right, correct. Whatever their follows trans is what they identify as. Like I follow several different trans men and trans women on YouTube and also on uh, Instagram. Sade, one of Sade's children is trans, and she supports her son. I follow him. Tig Milan is a trans man, and him and his wife have kids too. I also follow another trans. I follow Hope Giselle, trans woman. I also follow another trans man, and he actually got the bottom surgery. Uh, and I have to admit, he actually, I don't know if that video still up, but he showed the new equipment he was working with. I was like, can I go flip this up? I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Y'all, you pray for me. Yeah. This is stop. This is stop. This is say, hell back on the other side of the glory hole. Um, usually women who are in relationships with a trans man, they usually say, I'm still heterosexual, or they say they're queer. That's if I get into a relationship with one. Yeah, not everybody can pay. Yeah, you know. Okay. What's up for dinner? I did something bad. I skipped lunch today. Well, I had a snack. I had a snack. So, I've been on here an hour and 2 minutes. Okay. I may or may not come back on late. It depends. Who's going live? You heard you gonna go live there? Yes, but you know what? And for one, most of those trans, especially trans black women, and I just read about one that was killed in Atlanta last week. I'm gonna see if I can make sure I follow the story. Most of them who identify as trans, they're black trans women, they're killed. They're not killed because they were tricked. Now there's probably some who were like the Tina Brandon story. They probably, in his case or Brandon Tina's case, um, those two young men did feel that they was tricked, and Brandon Tina had a girlfriend, and the girlfriend saw the two boys who were his friends, and they raped her and killed her. So in that case, they felt like they was being tricked, but at the same time, it's like, why did the girlfriend need to tell the guys? And look what happened. But anyway, I'm just saying, most of the women, black trans women or Latino trans women who are killed, they're killed by a romantic partner who knows that they're trans. They're either killed by a John, or they're killed by a boyfriend who may or may not be on the down low. Yeah, the man either can't, the heterosexual presenting man cannot deal with the stigma or the fact that they are attracted to trans women. Not everybody is Malik Yoba. Not every trans man is comfortable like Malik Yoba. You know, and Stephanie is right. Most trans want identify as straight. I have a trans female friend. She's married. She just had twins. I believe they had a surrogate. Tick Milan, who I follow on, he's a trans man, but he still had his female part. He actually carried him and his wife's child. Yeah, this is possible too. A trans man married to a gay man. Guess what? I saw there's a video I saw where it was a trans woman and a trans man. They were a couple, and guess what happened? The trans man got pregnant and they had a baby, and so, but they didn't know she was pregnant. The trans man didn't know that he was pregnant. They had to like literally the day his water broke is when they found out he was pregnant. So now they're scared because it's like, okay, is my kid gonna be mistreated because I was a trans man and my partner is a trans woman? It's possible. Yeah, because and unfortunately, black trans women, a lot of them do not go past age 32. I was really surprised when they got murdered last week was 37 and had a very good career and a very good home. And they got killed. They were shot in their home, and they ran outside and they died. I'm like, that's someone who knew them. That's someone who knew them. I think about all these. I think want to say on Dawson and Denise, he had a couple of videos where it was some pastors had been with some trans women, and that's who. Yes, you should. You should have a panel on this top. Ooh, Lord. I'm just trying to. I have to think about that to pray on that. Hear her. I gotta pray on that one. I gotta pray on that one. Yeah, they were discussing, and yeah, yeah, Flame Monroe, which you know, he doesn't like he said he's an old LGBTQ. He don't like the political correct terms. He calls himself he she we. He said he makes the money. Uh, she writes the check. She cashes the checks. We spend it or something. But he likes studs. Yeah, he likes studs. Yeah, they're the shortest life demographic in the United States. I think, but you know what? I don't think. From what I read, I gotta look at. I might have to look at the movie Boys Don't Cry. There's a movie about it, and the actress who played Brandon T actually won an Oscar. Um, I want to say I don't think Brandon T was using the strap on. I think they may have been. I was double check, but I want to say I think Brandon may have just been doing oral on her, and I think she had some guesses, and then um, and then when she found out, she told her the two guy friends, and they were like, Yeah, that's why I was like the lady who died last week. She was 37. I was like, oh my goodness, she's 37. Successful homeowner, business. I was like, when they started describing how she died, I was like, oh, this was somebody that knew her. This is a yeah. Wait, they have pumping action going on? The lights must have been off there. But y'all gotta go in here and pay my rent because it's May the 1st. Happy Labor Day, World Labor Day to everybody. There's protests around the world. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Wait, Stephanie Clark, you said what? You saw? Oh my goodness, you was an RA too. I was an RA. I ain't showing that movie, but I remember hearing about Brandon Tina. Guess what? On what's that man? Wall America's Most Wanted. So I want to thank Ann 411. Y'all can check her out. She has a channel. Check out Respect to Angle channel. Hey TC Gemini, thank you. Uh, Hear her TV. I feel like we all should live a life we want, but I'm not on being able to change legally. Okay. Okay, I will respect the angle. Guys, check out Respect the Angle. He has a channel too. Thank you, Lindsay, Stephanie, Hear Her TV. Y'all should check out Hear Her TV. She has a channel as well. Respect the Angle, Stephanie, Lindsay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Holmes, Erica. Thank you, Jafar and Sarson. If you like creepy pasta or scary stories, check out Jafar and Sarson. His shorts and also his community wall. Thank you, Midwife K. Thank you, Nina Loves, Holmes Erica. Who else is in here that I may or may not saw? Thank you, Tristan Townsend. Thank you, Dr. Blue. That's got Dr. Blue. She's a channel as well. Thank you, G Jones. Thank you, VS Speaks Worldly. Check out VS Speaks Worldly. Okay, she's a channel as well. Thank you for Bill F. I appreciate it. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for listening to me complain about my governor. And thanks for, a discussion about cisgender, transgender, and things like that. So, all right. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.